Hi everyone, today we are going to continue rewriting literal equations. This is our third day doing this, and we just had some different variations on the type of equations, but our goal is always the same. We're going to use the properties of equality to rewrite equations and solve for a single variable. So let's take a look at an example. I have y minus 5 equals 2 times quantity x plus 4. And I'm solving for y. So I want to get this y by itself. Well, the only thing with my y is that minus 5. So to get rid of that minus 5, I just need to add 5 to both sides. This cancels out, but what am I left with on the right? I'm still multiplying 2 by the quantity x plus 4, but I'm not multiplying 2 times 5, so we want to be careful with that. We're multiplying 2 times quantity x plus 4, and to that we are adding 5. You might look down here and say, well, that doesn't look anything like this. Well, that's because I can distribute and combine like terms. So I'm going to distribute that 2, and I get 2x plus 8, 2 times 4. And then I add my 5. Now I can combine those like terms, that 8 and the 5. Combine these and get 13. So 2x plus 13 is equal to y. This is an equation you are going to get very familiar with in near term, this linear equation. So slope-intercept form. Let's look at our next example. I want to solve this equation also for y. I'm going to get rid of this minus 7 by adding 7 to both sides. I'm just going to take that on the end here, just for the sake of ease. And again, this cancels out, but I have some distributing and combining like terms I can do. First, I have a negative 1/2 times x is negative 1/2 x. Then I have negative 1/2 times 8. So what's half of 8? It's 4, and it's a negative, so negative 4. And I add 7. The next thing I can do is combine the like terms, negative 4 and positive 7. So I end up with negative 1/2 x plus 3. You can put the negative out front or in the numerator. Either way is fine. Usually looks kind of weird if you put it in the denominator. Next example. 6x plus 3y equals 12. Again, I am solving for y. Notice all of these are written in the same format, y equals something x plus something. Later you'll hear mx plus b. That is our slope-intercept form of a linear equation. I need to get rid of this 6x first, so I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. Now you'll see that I have the x first here. So when I rewrite this, I'm going to write the x in front. So I have negative 6x and a positive 12. Now my next step is to get rid of this 3, which means I have to divide this entire side by 3. I could draw a line and write a 3 underneath. Sometimes it's easier if you just make sure that you divide all of the parts by 3. Sometimes it's easier to see it that way. Then I can simplify. Negative 6x divided by 3 is negative 2x. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Like I said, I could have written this as negative 6x plus 12, all of that over 3, and I could still simplify it the same way. Just think it's easier sometimes to see how you can simplify it when you put the 3 under each of the terms. So I have negative 2x plus 4. Again, I'm solving for y in this case. Again, I'm writing it in y equals mx plus b form. I'm going to get this y by itself. Let's subtract 8x from both sides. Again, my x comes first in y equals mx plus b, so I'm going to write the x first when I start writing this. This cancels out. I have negative 2y equals, and it's a negative 8x and a negative 2, so minus 2. Now I'm going to divide everything by negative 2. Everything has to be divided by negative 2. This cancels out. I'm left with y equals negative 8x divided by negative 2 is a positive 4x, and negative 2 divided by negative 2 is a positive 1. So my answer is y equals 4x plus 1. Next one, I'm solving for y once again. All of these are the same format. First, I'm going to subtract 11x from both sides. So I have negative 4y. Don't lose that negative. It's important. Equals negative 11x and a positive or plus 32. Okay, now when I look at this, I need to get rid of that negative 4. So I'm going to divide by negative 4. This is especially helpful if you divide by negative 4 on all of the terms. This cancels out. So I'm left with negative over negative makes a positive 11/4 x. Then I have 32 divided by negative 4. That makes a negative 8. So 11/4 x, because these cancel out, a negative divided by a negative. So 11/4 x, and then a positive divided by a negative gives me my minus 8. That's it. Have a great day.